care very much about. But when I had a tiny and not so successful patch of corn in my backyard, the bees love the corn pollen. The corn doesn't need the bees, but the bees, they would just roll around in it and get covered with the pollen. And that was another eye-opening thing with all the trouble that's going on with the bees. And then we've got, states full of these GMO crops. It's no wonder that there's trouble with bees.
And the reason the bees like it is the same reason that we are growing it. To answer your question earlier, another aspect of that is that it's very sweet. Compared to most other grains, corn is very sweet, and human nature, drives towards that. And that's one of the reasons that it became a huge monoculture, a huge facet in our diet as well, because we like it.
So it's about 7:25, and I just want to. So I just wanted to open the floor up for any questions that you guys have or anything that you would like to know more about. What do you think should be on the community's radar? How can we capture that and make it something that we talk about further? Okay?
I just wanted to add, it seems like a secret came from Oklahoma a couple of years ago to speak out those on natural food. And he said that they had legislated food farm to school program. Are you aware of that legislation? Is it something we can ask them about it?
Well, I'll defer to Allie on this. I'm not sure that it requires enabling legislation. I mean, this is not a policy, right?
Well, that was nice. It was legislated by the state.
Right.
And so it was all the schools system trying to get on board. And get
Oh, so it was mandated.
It was mandated.
I see. A certain percentage. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the Oklahoma situation, but I think that you can do that. The federal government provides money for school lunch programs, but I imagine that states and even cities have the ability to make that a priority. I'm not really closely familiar with all of the intricacies of all of the rules about keeping your federal funding, in order to what you're supposed to buy. And I know that there are lots of people that are working on changing the rules so that you can purchase more local foods and still keep your USDA funding. But I would imagine that having some sort of state or even city ordinance or just statement would help get that going.
Well, so as a matter of policy, like the Fayetteville School District with Adam Simmons, he doesn't require any change in policy in order for him to keep that $600,000 here. What he requires is consistency, reliability, and the farmers having a good backup plan. So if the farmer that he is contracted with to grow the green beans for the school district has a blister beetle problem and their crop fails, well, Adam still has 8,000 kids to feed a day. So there needs to be a plan B, and that's one of the reasons why overtime and cheap gas and artificial subsidies propping up the wrong industries, like why I think schools were sold that tagline of reliability and come every week on a Cisco truck and everything's going to be just fine and whatever. And so that's the big thing, is working on both sides of that.